We are live. It's 3:06 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:06 p.m. BST. It's across the Pondcast, the best podcast you've never heard of, you probably wouldn't want to listen to, and probably don't care about. But we're here anyway. After 1 week hiatus, we are on the show. It's Sam and Matt steering the ship right off a cliff, or if you're a flat earther, right off the end of the earth, because that's still a thing. Don't know why. And if you're paying attention to the live stream, you'll notice that we are joined by a special guest. It's Tech with Tegrity on the show. Welcome, sir. Thanks for coming in. Glad you could join us on a Sunday.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. We would be honored. And why are you off camera?
Because I'm an idiot and I just realized the phone's here and the laptop's behind it, so I can't fucking see the screen. Don't mind me. Just carry on.
We try not
I'm
to.
Doing,
Anyways,
I'm doing the PR. I'm sharing, and you know what I do. Just
you're on. Doing
Pretend
it. So
I'm still here. Just
okay. Well, share because we're live. So we realize that Sunday is kind of a family day, so we really appreciate you taking the time out to come on the show and chat with us. So we're honored to have you on the show, sir.
Oh, no problem.
Good deal. And then I noticed you have actually almost a professional audio setup. That's kind of cool. So what exactly? We were talking a little bit off show about what you were rocking. So what kind of setup do you have going on, and how long have you had it, and how does it work for you?
So I got the Yeti Nano microphone, and I got a little arm so I can attach it, and then this little filtering thing because I don't want really people hearing me. Like I got fat boy breathing, so I don't want them hearing me. And then for a camera, I got an Aki. The microphone I had it the longest. The Aki webcam, I just had it real quick for my YouTube channel. I think it's better quality than what I have on my MacBook Pro.
Okay, yeah, and I guess yeah, and then when you mentioned MacBook Pro, and I noticed your latest video was for an iPhone 12. I would hazard a guess that you're probably an Apple user, and if you are, that's totally okay. Matt might get a little crabby because he's just crabby generally. He doesn't like Apple.
Don't get me wrong.
No.
I didn't say I didn't like Apple. I just don't get on with the OS. It's not my thing because I like customization. I like the hardware. I love the hardware.
So I primarily I rock Apple, but every now and then I'll get another phone. Before I started my channel, I had the OnePlus 7 Pro. Before that, or after, I had the Samsung S10. Samsung S20 Plus. So I kind of go back and forth, but at the end of the day, I go back to Apple. It has its, pros and cons.
What? Your words were about to come out, and then you decided to not have words come out.
No, I was going to say some cons, but we've only got an hour.
Right. Jesus, this guy. God love you. It's one of those.
No, he doesn't. If I walk past the church, mate, I'll burst into flames. So,
well, that's okay. That's fine, and that's pretty much why we're here, just to watch.
I'm being told to be nice. I'm being nice, mostly.
Are you being nice?
No. No. I don't. No, right. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm getting into trouble. There's nothing wrong with iPhones, all right? It's just not for me. I like the hardware. I just don't like the OS because it doesn't I can't do what I want to do. I can't make it my own. You've seen how I have half of my Android phones. It's completely different.
Yeah. So I guess the question was, when was the last Android phone, or have you ever used the Android phone as a daily? Did you try it, dabble? What was your experience with that?
So because I only have one SIM, I always switch back and forth. My last phone was the S20 Plus, and currently I have the TCL 10L. That's
nice.
So I'm dabbling in the budget realm because, first of all, everything I do comes out of my own pocket. I'm not I'm not balling or anything. I don't have YouTube money or any of that. So, and also it's a way of educating people that there's alternatives out there. You don't have to get flagships, phones or high quality tech. Little stuff out there is good enough, to get the job done.
Yeah, exactly.
You're among people who believe that exact thing. So,
well, and I think that has changed in 2020. Really, I would say if you were probably making the budget or mid-range argument 3 years ago, you may have a harder time trying to sell that to people because I think there was a lot more of a performance disparity, display disparity, camera performance disparity,
massive as well.
Years ago, I think 2020. If you're a person who even pays attention to tech, you realize that really now the traction is in the mid-range and budget space, and the mid-range has even shifted. We used to talk about mid-range being, $600-700 or $500-600. Now we're talking, you can get a Pixel, the Pixel 4a for $349. Yeah. That's definitely what you would consider upper mid-range, and you're at what I would consider almost a budget price point.
And processors are getting better. It's not like back a couple of years ago where they were horrible on mid-range phones. Now, I mean, look at the Pixel 5. It's got a mid-tier processor, and it works beautiful as well as far as performance.
Yeah, and she makes a good point.
What you just don't want to get shouted at when you finish the stream. So the first comment you highlight is your wife's.
Right, that's my wife, by the way.
Sorry, guys.
She has a tendency to troll not in a negative way. She just likes to listen for what reason I don't know. No, she's good, and she's right.
She
I think
likes the show. Well, just be happy she likes the show ish.
Well, right, and I agree with her. I think a lot of people have now. They're at home a lot more, so they're more reliant on all their tech, not just phones, but their computers, streaming services, communication channels, WebEx, Zooms, those kind of things. I mean, it's
not just that. It's people with families and stuff. They're reliant on tablets, laptops, printers, anything like that to get work done for the school and stuff like that. So it's a lot of technology that's being relied on now. And like you say, budget stuff, you don't have to buy this. You don't have to buy this stupidly expensive thing. Use this lower $200, $300, $400 thing can get it done just as good. So.
Andrew's in the chat. Say hi, everybody. Say hi, Andrew. And of course, Aditya. No, I'm not challenging. I'm not challenging Aditya because I don't want to fight.
Trying to support. You see, she's trying
to support. Yeah, but also, I like having her in the chat.
We've been here 7 minutes, and she's the reason we're in double figures. Just think about that.
Right. Exactly. And also she's a person that doesn't really, she's an iPhone user. She doesn't really care about all this. Like, to her, it's just all the nuance of tech. I don't want to call her a normal user, but she's just a person who uses her phone like a normal person.
What we call the average, I'm going to quotate, because average consumer. Like, right. You know the tech, you're just not that into all the stuff we are, what's inside it, what it does, this, that, and the other. Does it work? Great. Take good pictures? Great. Good battery? Brilliant. I'm good.
And Joe, and when Joe's in the house, Joe Hickey's here, say hi. So he's got his Pixel 5, which is a really good phone. And I'm glad that I'm seeing that Pixel finally leveraged to that. They kind of went away. Although I think the Pixel 4 XL is a really good phone.
It was a really good choice for Joe to get the Pixel. It's perfect size, coming from the phone he had. Great camera. Perfect. It's what I mean. He didn't need an S20 Ultra, an Note 20 Ultra 5G, an iPhone 12 Pro Max. That wouldn't have served him. So
right. And I think Jose, didn't you say you got the Mini, correct? The iPhone 12 Mini.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Curious why?
I don't need the telephoto the lens. I can digitally zoom. Yesterday I went to the store and I took a picture of my boys and it was digitally zoomed to 1.7 and it looked great. It's less than 1,000. It's got all the flagship specs, and like I said, I got baby man hands, so it's perfect for me, to grip it. I don't have
baby man hands. I love that. That's like Joe in the chat also has baby hands.
So I think it's great, and I mean, I use it like you said. Nowadays, everyone's using tech more, but I'm at home, so I don't mind charging it up a lot. And if not, I got power banks like for days.
Right. So I guess my question is: do you have now the power banks? Do you prefer like ones that are more pocketable that don't have as many milliamps, or do you have like one that's of like 20,000 that's really could like has multiple inputs so you could power multiple. A lot of notice that's interesting. I know nobody talks about power bricks because that's just not a conversation that people really like to have. But I noticed that there's two different kinds of people. Those people have got like if you have a family and you've got multiple people who may need a charge on the go if you're traveling, they have those big huge ones with multiple inputs. Or do you have like I got this little pocketable one. I can kind of slip it in my pocket and carry it with me. Do you have both, or how do you usually use your power banking?
I have both, and it's usually depending on where I'm traveling for how long. Usually, I encourage my wife to take her power bank, but she doesn't. So I have to sometimes, get my 20,000 milliamp one. And I have wireless. I prepare like it's the apocalypse when I go out. I gotta make sure I'm always, juiced up and ready to go because you never know.
Yeah. So people are in the counter having comments, right? And the reason why, and part of the reason why. Now, my question is that due to your former life? I know, and I want to also just tell anybody in case anybody's not paying attention to chat. Jose is a former veteran. He's an Army vet. He was in the Army, and so we appreciate and we are thankful for your service to your country. And as always, we want to make sure that we highlight the fact that this vets. Now, my question is, and I don't know if this is known. Are you disabled vet? And if you are, do you want to talk about like the limits of that? I mean, like how do you handle that, and what do you do now for like? And you said you're at home. Are you at home because of that, or is it just because like me? Where I work decided to not let anybody come to work for the last 9 or 10 months. So I'm curious why is your home situation currently the way it is?
So I did 8 years. I wanted to do more, but at a point in my life, I have to think about my overall health, mentally and physically. So I got nerve damage, neuropathy, or so, I don't know how to say it, on my legs. Like anxiety, depression, just dealing with all those demons in my closet and whatnot. So I got out. As soon as I got out, I was blessed to have a job right away as a contractor, doing the same thing, but now on the Marine Corps side as a civilian. Okay. Job lasted a year. Contract didn't get renewed, and then tough times came, and I actually had to move. And now my wife's the one bringing home the bacon, and I'm stuck here taking care of my kiddos, which is nice. But at the same time, I gotta work,
Right.
My thing about once I got out of the Army, I'm like, I want to do something less stressful. I want to do something I'm passionate about. I'll work at a Best Buy, an AT&T, or Verizon, whatever the case may be. I want to be around tech. But now that I'm here and I'm with my kiddos, the reason I don't do daycare, apart from the pandemic, my 2-year-old, he's autistic. Okay. So I don't know how to go about with daycare. Kind of picky. How is the babysitter's gonna take care of him or not freak out or anything because of the autism? So I stay here, and I'm like, well, what can I do? What can I do? And I was watching one of the YouTubers, Top Tech Geek. He's only 14. Dude started, and he was climbing in viewerships and watching the support that he got from the YouTube community. I thought that was awesome, and that was really a motivating thing for me to finally do my channel. I'm like, what, I'm gonna do it. I mean, obviously, I have zero experience with editing and recording and everything, so I'm learning as I go. I'm experimenting, and here I am today.
Well, that's awesome, and another reason why I think childcare is the cost. I know a lot of people who one of the parents works, but their job almost is absorbed by their childcare costs.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like if you're making $500 a week, but you're paying $450 in childcare, I mean, you're basically hustling backwards, I think. So that's another consideration too, is not just the fact that if you have a child with special needs or conditions, and even with child without special needs, when you're giving them to other people who are professionals, right? A lot of these people, childcare workers, are good folks, but when they have unique challenges, that becomes a hard thing to manage. And also as a parent, if they do have an issue like with kids with autism or any other kind of issue, and you're not there actively to kind of manage when they have issues or things that come up, that can be stressful. And on top of just your regular life stress. So, and Joe likes your show, Dave, and I do too. It's very good. Tech with Tegrity. And I'm assuming it's a play on integrity. If it's intentional, that's awesome. If it's unintentional, it's just as good. So I do like the name. It's
brilliant.
Well, yeah, it's really good. It's
like our show name. It's so original,
right?
So it's like unique. You won't. It's got thought into it. Do you know what I mean? So.
Right, and then I think Aditya mentioned
one thing you were saying about the support of the tech community. This is exactly. We're not massive. We're not massive or like that, but we wanted to help. We wanted to meet you. We know you've just started. I was like, this is the perfect guy to be on the show. I want to meet him, get to know him. We've seen a couple of his videos that he's uploaded. He looks really good. We want to support. That's what the purpose of what we do is to try and support. If we can get in you a couple of subs, we can. If we can't, you've had fun. So
yeah.
And we got Aditya's talking about neuropathy. So I think I'm not sure exactly. I think that's what he's going to medical school. I think he's trying to be a mechanic or a chef. I don't know what he's going to medical school for, but he's really good at what he does. He's our resident medical expert. He's our Trapper John MD. And yes, that's an old reference. And look it up if you don't know.
You old Google fuck.
That's right.
You got a dinosaur to school.
And we got you one. So you are just subbed to your channel, so that's good. So we're trying to.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And anybody who's in the chat.
That was good.
Yeah.
I shared that.
Actually, I think when I actually checked just before the show, I think you were at 14. I think it was 14.
14, yeah, 14.
Yeah, so it's moving up. So that's okay. And that's where we're not even over 100.
Yeah,
right? We're not even over 100, and that's okay.
That was my monthly goal. So I set little goals, each month. November, I was one short of reaching 10, and now I reached. In December, I was like, okay, I'm aim for 15. No biggie. And
yes, sir.
Man, I got 15, and I'm grateful.
And now you're at 16. So there you go. So we're gonna try to push some people towards it. And I don't see
everybody sub. Let's get him to 20 by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah, let's take care of it. I guess my question is, we just kind of tapped into the origin story. And so where are you currently? You said you had to move. I assume for the job, correct? From where you were.
Yeah. So I moved from my original place of birth, Yuma, Arizona.
Okay.
It's right in the lower left corner, bordering California and Mexico. And then so I moved to a city because it's basically Phoenix, Arizona, but you got those surrounding cities around it. In a city called Tucson.
Okay.
That's where I'm at right now. Just bigger city, more job opportunities,
Well, yeah, and I have actually, my old company I used to work for years and years ago. Their headquarters was in Scottsdale, so I went to there for some kind of a training. I don't know what it was. It's when I worked for Dial many years ago, back when they were still making soap, and they still make soap. And so it's detergent. Actually, we made Purex laundry detergent.
Oh, sorry.
Right. It was okay. It's soap, not very good. It's the stuff that college kids use. It's cool. Actually, so it's all good. And I guess my question is, so how are you going to structure the channel? I saw that you had a review video. Are you going to just do reviews, and is it going to be mostly phone centric? I mean, what are you looking like as you're trying to figure out? Kind of obviously you don't have. You said you're trying to figure out editing. You're trying to figure out cinematography and all, like how you're structuring your channel. Have you put much thought into? Do you want to stay just on mobile phones? Do you want to try to do laptops, tech? I mean, where have you just kind of, do you have an idea of where you want to at least start and see where it rolls, or how's that thought going through?
So I want to do just tech in general. Like I said, I got the TCL 10L right here, and I'm doing that because I don't want to seem like, it's just Apple, iPhone all the time. And right now, as I'm trying to figure, one of the things I'm figuring out, how am I gonna do this? Being with my kids all day, do I have to be up super late at night and start filming and and recording and trying to keep quiet at the same time. I'm trying to have things that are alternatives to high-end stuff. Like on one of my videos, I did the Anchor Nano power brick, and days later, I went into a Verizon store. I saw a family that they were getting all new phones, and things add up. Things add up. Eventually, it's on top of your phone. Everything's an investment. And I go in there like complete rando, but trying to get in their business, but not really. I'm trying to educate them. You could get a power brick cheaper.
Right.
Do your guys' homework, because every you got the pandemic, you got the holidays coming. The struggle is real. So that's also a big part, because not everyone has a high budget. So I'm still trying to. I do this stuff that I would get and recommend and educate everyone. So like one of the things that are in the work. So I got the Galaxy, Bud Lives. That's something I want to do a video on. I got stuff from Soundcore, anything really. But if I'm blessed, and I have the budget, why not make this stuff and educate people on what's out there that's more than just Apple, Samsung, or really well-known brands out there.
And Joe makes a comment. Anchor are excellent. I do like their products. They do a pretty good job of most of their stuff. And then ER is commenting about one of the challenges in life is having a balance and being careful not to be extreme in any particular thing. So I think that's just any purchases too. The good thing about being extreme with purchases is it's a little easier when you have to buy things because you have a budget, right? Yeah. It's like, it's pretty easy to keep your extreme buying in check when you don't have the money to buy it. Like, if you want to buy a Maserati, it's easy to keep that in check because I don't have enough money to afford a Maserati. So it really kind of works out. But just anything. I think 2020 is really, with the pandemic and everything going on, is about, I think we really have to understand what really matters. And I think at this point, I think people kind of needed that break from thinking about their hustle and bustle and just having a lot more family time. I think people now have gotten to the point, okay, it's been like 9 months. I'm enough of my family. I want to get around normal people again, right? Just get out in the real world. But it's interesting to see that, that how tech can really, especially where I work, how they were already pretty good about communications, but how companies have had to really kind of like be focused on either getting up to speed with their technology or looking at working from home solutions. Look at schools now. Schools don't have any chance of having a snow day now. If you have a snow day, they're just going to send you an email going, guess what? Tomorrow's a snow day. Everybody just does their remote learning and they've already worked it out. So I think kids aren't seeing that. I'm kind of watching my daughters. They're out of high school already, so they're not going to school. But I'm thinking, like, oh, the snow days are over. You're going to have to at least log in and at least do some homework. You're not going to just get free snow days anymore. You get breaks, but no snow days. That kind of ruined that for everybody. Jose. So I guess he's DT. I was making a comment about incorporating like battery life, accessibility when not attending to their needs, voice text, like talking about like, I guess this is a way that you can talk about tech and your like how you use your tech with your family situation, because I think there's a lot of people like the family buying the phones. You reached out to them, kind of talked to them, but more from you're not just a single guy or 25-year-old guy living at your parents' house or in the basement or in a dorm room going to college. I mean, you have family, you have a wife, you've got young children, one with special needs. You're being kind of a stay-at-home dad right now because you're trying to leverage all these different kinds of things in your life, talking about how that can kind of integrate with how would normal people who are in the same kinds of situations, which I think is probably more than most who obviously watched our videos are probably more techie inclined, but people are just regular people. Like, what can you do to help educate those people, and using that example to kind of leverage that in your channel?
See, that was an excellent idea. Normally my mind is just running like clockwork on how to make everything better, but you never catch everything, so that was a great suggestion, and I think I will take that idea and incorporate it, and it's just a matter of experimenting. How am I gonna go about it? Everyone can. That, like I said, that's a great idea. now I have to take that time. How am I going to incorporate it? Not just how to talk about it, how to film it, and edit it, because I'm starting from zero. So that I'm gonna take that if you don't mind. And
oh yeah, absolutely. That's probably what I suggested. My wife throwing in there just also education tech. Things that education, even at not only for colleges but like primary schools and middle school kids with like what kind of tech, especially now, that would be a good thing too. Just that's because I don't think people really talk about like how their regular tech leverages into education, not necessarily in the post-secondary like college level or university level, but like for kids, challenges with children, especially when you have a child who, as he's only 2, but as he becomes 3, 4, and 5 and starts getting into school districts, okay, how can that tech help enhance him in a path where it's more school oriented, and use it as a supplement to classroom learning, plus also having that more focus, because obviously children that have those conditions and autism need extra support to kind of get through their challenges. So I mean, that's just something that, and at this point, we're just here to give you anything we can offer, and take and we don't patent anything. We just think it's a good idea, and I think you have a really unique vantage point from your experience in your life and then your current family situation. I think you can leverage that pretty well.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Or
you can tell us we're crazy people and don't shut the hell up. I'm going to go with what I do, and who cares what you think? That's cool. That's what they say to men.
No.
We are crazy people. That's why.
That's why that's why I like your guys' show. It's just a form of ideas being discussed, and I'm glad I could be part of it. And it's like my uncle say, at the end of the day, you can take an advice. You can take the advice, you cannot take the advice, but just remember this old man. This crazy old man told you so. That's right. And you always keep it in the back of your mind. That advice, whether
right.
I take it's up to me or not. But yeah, I'm definitely taking this
advice.
And Joe makes a comment.
If people had known about this, people would have advised you against it.
They would have said, "You're going on that show. It's probably not a good place for you to spend an hour. That's an hour you'll never get back in your life." That's just so. And then Joe was making a comment. Yeah, and that's keeping it real. That's what people. I think that's what a lot of people really come.
That's what people appreciate.
Yeah, I think so.
Truth. Not. I'm watching a video about a $1,500, $2,500 foldable phone. It's because I like tech. It's cool, fine, but I'm not watching it for me.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff I want honest people to tell me what it's like, but there's not much of that. Not much at all. Nope.
And yeah, and so it's good, and I think for us, and I guess that's the difference. We're not trying to like leverage this into like a full-time thing. If you are, that's cool. So maybe you have to kind of, there's a little bit of balance there, right? You have to kind of have some production value, but you want to keep it real. But there's that fine line about having to have something that's presentable, that's entertainment, that's fun, but not trying to spill over to where it's inauthentic. I guess that's the challenge amongst all the other challenges like editing and content and everything else. Yeah. And then also, I don't know, taking care of your family as a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, that could be kind of a challenge, juggling all those hats at the same time. So we can appreciate that. So anything we can do to support and grow that and help that organically, we're more than happy to do it, because we're in that same boat. It's not like we're sitting over here with 10 million subscribers. It's not happening. So which is okay. But so just, take all the advice and just remember, even if you try something that doesn't work, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. If you try something, leverage it, you push it out 6 months, and it's like, I don't think this is working. I'm going to scale this back or change it or reallocate it or realign it to something that more works for me. Trust me, your feedback, the community will tell you whether or not it has value. I mean, that's the beauty of customers. Unfortunately, you can see that they're not exactly always very nice about their feedback. Sometimes they're a little bit kind of nasty, shitty, which I think is just, it's not cool. I mean, like I said, you still get your point across and giving positive, constructive feedback to somebody. And here's the thing: if you don't like somebody's channel, just don't watch. I mean, I guarantee you, there are probably people that listen to ours that don't give a rip about our style or the fact that Matt and I aren't professionals. We don't edit really anything. We just kind of talk. And if they don't watch, they don't have to watch. That's the beauty of it. They can go to.
We're here because we chat and we like what we talk about, and we have a community. We are grateful for this community, but I can't believe people want to listen to us still, even now.
So, and then no, I have not played Cyberpunk, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know about it until like 2 months ago. maybe I'm just an idiot.
Really?
Yeah,
you are an idiot.
I did.
They announced this before the PS4 was a thing.
I know.
That's how long this has been in development for, and it's still released a buggy mess.
Right.
So we'll see. It's only on console though, and it only seems to be affecting PS4 and PS4 Pro. PS5 slightly, but PC it seems to play really well. So it needs some optimization.
I think it's on Stadia too. I think people said they're playing on Stadia.
Yeah. Stadia's playing really well. Yeah, I think that's because it's not relying on any hardware.
Mm-hmm.
That's purely cloud streaming. That's not relying on any hardware. Whereas you got hard copy or digital, you're relying on the hardware you've got. Apparently, it's not optimized very well for the consoles, Xbox, and PlayStations.
Yeah, Greg. Sorry about it runs better on Stadia from reviews versus a console. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know I didn't know about the IP until like a couple of months ago. Like I had never.
Yeah, but you live under a rock when it comes to games because it's not like.
No, I know a lot
follow
about
everything. Games. Everybody. No, I mean like you don't follow everything like these people do. You don't watch all these different channels and follow along with like Star Citizen. Not many people know what that is.
Right. So
but that's a game that's being made, and it's been made. Fucking hell, that thing's being made forever. It's I don't think it's ever going to be made. It's in a beta.
Funding
alpha beta. So a lot of money went into that. A lot. 350 million at the minute.
And Rolando's in the chat, and I have to after yesterday he was on TK's stream, and I don't know why I had it stuck in my head. I called him Ronaldo. Is that what we call? I'm an idiot. So it's don't listen to anything we say. It's Rolando. We're stupid. My apologies. And then
I don't say anything. I've never called him Ronaldo.
I'm gonna keep calling him Rolando.
I'm like
Ronaldo.
This dude.
Whatever. So
I can say that Sam's wife can confirm Sam does not live under a rock. Although Joe says a big Dwayne Johnson rock. You know.
See what the rock's cooking? No. So it's okay. And no, I do not live underneath a rock. But when it comes to games, I didn't, I don't pay attention.
Yes, I do too. Rolando, I don't know how people don't get it right.
Yeah, so it's okay. So Rolando, yeah. So yeah,
we apologize. Ron, and we're winning. We'll call him Ron.
Let's go to My Tech. Let's call him My Tech Review because that's what everybody. He probably anything we can do to push. So yesterday in TK's stream, I'm an idiot. So my bad. Sorry, dude. Ron is in Wesley. No, not that. So the good thing is we're every time. And there's the Arc 2 trailer. Okay, since you know so much about games, so this is something I don't know much about. So, what?
Just seriously, go on YouTube. It's this platform, right? You can watch videos on it,
right?
And you can search for stuff, and it'll show you trailers of it.
It's right. Okay. Just saying. So I guess my question is, are you a big gamer, Jose? Do you play a lot of games? And if you do, are you a console guy? You're a PC guy? Do you play both? Do you play neither? It's okay if you don't. I'm just curious. I mean, I'm curious how your gaming acumen is. Apparently, because he's awesome, I suck. Apparently, I don't know anything.
Old man Sam needs his glasses.
On the PC side, I'm horrible with the mouse and keyboard. I have the last gen, the Xbox One X, and all I play is Overwatch and Call of Duty, even though I have like a ton of games and Game Pass is awesome. I would like to get a next gen console, but they're like a freaking unicorn.
They're hard.
Yes,
Matt's got one. Matt got
yes,
one.
They are
lucky.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I still got my PS4.
Like the 38s and the 3090s. You can't get them either.
Yeah. No, I mean, so what do you currently have as far as consoles in your house right now?
So console, I just have a Xbox One X and a Nintendo Switch.
Okay. I got a Switch. Now, my question with the Switch is, what caused you to buy one? Was it because you just like, that looks pretty cool? And actually, do you use it? I mean, that's the other question too, is do you play it? Because I've had a lot of people said that they bought a Switch because they thought, maybe their kids would use it and they would maybe pick it up. And I've had a lot of people saying that's like, they go to their Switch more than anything, just because of portability, and they just enjoy the games. I'm curious, why did you buy the Switch, and do you actually use it, or does your 7-year-old use it? I mean, how's that work?
So, I like the concept of what it is. put it, portability, and you can just dock it and play it on TV. But my first console was a Nintendo 64, so I've and then after that the GameCube and the Wii. Not so much the Wii U. Nah, I wasn't feeling that.
I don't think anybody I know ever had the Wii U.
I think 6 people bought a Wii U, and I think they got 5 of them returned it, or the other person threw it off a bridge. Or like, I don't know. We have a Wii in the house, and my wife used to play it all the time. She would play was it Super Mario Bros? I think Super Mario Bros. We played it in the house a little bit, but I mean, it didn't get a lot of points. So I actually went back to, I had a GameCube, and the only game I've ever really played on it was Phantasy Star Online, really, and then a couple of games here and there. And then I remember my N64 getting the little jumper pack, the little 4 gigabyte jumper pack, and playing Turok, the original Turok. I love that game. Oh man, that was like one of my favorite games of all time. And just noticing the difference in the graphics quality when you put that little jumper pack in there, it was like, wow, that's like night and day, man. It was like, yeah, Turok. And it's a shame. That was the game I played most of my N64. Although the controller, I never held it right. Like you could always hold that weird sideways.
Yeah, I don't think, depending on the size of your hands as well, it was a bit awkward.
Right. Yeah, it was like, do I hold it like, when you turn it sideways with the thumbstick, it's here, and then the controller always, like, I don't ever know if I'm holding it the way you're supposed to hold it for this game or anything. It just, the controller was always weird to me. I don't know what the deal was with that. I just never seemed like I felt comfortable holding it, using it.
Yeah, that was their thing. Nintendo just experiments and tries weird things and see
what
sticks.
Yeah.
They still do. The Switch, when it's in controller mode or actually attached to the tablet, great. But when it wants you to use the little joystick sideways, there's like I'm like, what the fuck is this? I can't play anything like this.
Exactly. I mean, and I got baby man hands.
But that's Nintendo being Nintendo.
And even then.
I was like, I need a third hand coming out of my chest to grab the buttons because I don't have enough hands and fingers to get around all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And then all's basically, Atari. I had an Atari. And I actually remember getting it from Radio Shack because Radio Shack had like a wood grain looking Atari, not the black looking Atari. Yeah. And then I even got one better. My first game set was in a television. That was my first when I was a kid. I got it in 1980. Burger time.
That was 10 years before I was born.
Right. So I got him beat. But yeah, Atari was the jam when you had the difficulty switch A, B. It's like literally difficulty switch. That's okay. So do you use the Switch very often? Do you find yourself playing it? And if you do you do it in your hands or do you cast it to a TV?
I'm mostly playing it on portable mode. Usually, so I have, like I said, I have a ton of games. But when I go during the pandemic, I did the Animal Crossing thing, and but I'm over it now. So I'm a huge Pokemon guy. So I play Pokemon. Okay. That's my go-to.
Okay, the only Pokemon game I ever played was I think the card game, like the trading card where the card battle. I can't remember what the hell it was. I remember it was on a Game Boy. I used to sit there at my old job when I was driving a forklift, and it was the trading card game. It was actually pretty cool.
The forklift. Whilst you were playing the game.
It's just
that whole sentence was proof that you shouldn't be trusted with a forklift.
Right. No, I wasn't driving at the same time. We would sit there and sometimes the line would go down for like 10 or 15 minutes. So I just
ended up on the freeway by accident.
Yeah. I picked up the conveyor and just moved it across the damn street. No, I crashed it. I just drove out a truck. I opened the door and think there's a truck there. I just drove right out the dock into the damn parking lot. No,
fuck.
I never played the actual, like, the red and the diamond and the silver. I didn't understand that because you either had to have a wired connection, then you had to trade, and so you could capture their stuff and they could capture. It was way too much for me to handle. But I did play a little. I know of Pokemon and did play it, but I remember it was still to this day. People were like huge, like playing those games, especially on the Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy SPs and stuff. People played the shit out of those games.
Did you just like have the classic places you can go? Like we've got a place in the city center area you can go and it's just a classic gaming place. They literally sell all the old Segas, Ataris, N64s, all the games, the controllers, the cables, everything. It's a small place in the market and it's just amazing. It's proper. You walk in and I'm like, wow,
it's almost like a museum.
Yeah, but it's so good because it's like you get to play the games in there while you're there and the guys that work there are really friendly. So it's good fun. It's like a little trip for a nerd.
So ER's playing
Obviously,
PGA 2K21 on Stadia, and he played the Chrome brand Windows controller, and he also played on his Pixel. Wow, but waiting for the controller to play on Cyberpunk on TV. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people really talk, except for the graphical glitches and bugs, I guess. And I think some of the people, I think they were refunding people who bought the PS4 digital version of that. They're actually refunding their money to them.
Oh,
because apparently it's not really very good on the PS4. Apparently it's kind of
on the Xbox One X. It's not good either. I'm
it's not just PlayStation.
I'm gonna give it a try. And nope, I got a refund. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, and it's probably. I mean, I assume the digital is probably $60, right? Probably that neighborhood too, as far as cost. Yeah, I saw that. I saw a news article that they were refunding PS4. Either I think it was digital copies to people because they were just saying this game is almost not playable. It's just really, really bad. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So I'm curious. Yeah, I actually the reason why I haven't played much of Cyberpunk is not because of the IP. It looks really good as far as like the game itself. It looks something like a game I would get into. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. That game's a blast.
That looks. I have not even got.
It's a lot of fun,
especially
for a person. Yeah, it's well.
It looks so
there
good.
was one scene where you're actually riding your horse, and there's like these fields of like these white and kind of yellow flowers, and it's just, and they got the mountains and the trees. It looked like one of those Japanese, like a painting. It was just like I hadn't done this for a while, where I just didn't do anything. I just kind of sat there, and I don't exactly have high-end TV, right? It's okay, but just looked at it for like a minute and go, wow, man, that's just the art design. It's just. Yeah. It's literally like incredible. It made me stop, even to the point where I had Becky come by and say, "Hey, look at this! Like, look at this! This is the game. Like, this isn't a cutscene. This isn't a render. This is what it looks like as you're clopping, getting to the next point. Almost at a point where I don't like to fast travel much, not for newer places, but just because there's sometimes I want to kind of see a place that just looks cool. I mean, and I like games like that. My daughter makes fun of me because I'm the kind of guy that will like look in every nook and cranny and crevice. I'll go into every house. I'll look by hand, everything. That's why I always do well at those games. I have all the stuff because I like to go house to house and actually not just go to the story, going to looking around corners, going upstairs, looking for little chests and nuggets.
Because you like a lot of games, you get little notes and you find letters and stuff that have been lined up. It gives you the whole story. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say if you're playing Ghost of Tsushima, I would say it kind of reminds me of a mix between Horizon and Ninja Gaiden. It kind of has that. The combat's kind of Ninja Gaiden and Horizon-ish, but as far as if you like the story and you like great visuals and just like an actual story that makes you like care about what's happening, it is by far one of the most enjoyable games I've played, and really it's taking up a lot of my time because I'm taking the time to go through the side quests.
Well, this is it. That's what gaming's about. A lot like some games like Warzone and stuff, they're fun, just power through it.
Right.
But in the single player games, you take your time with.
You appreciate it.
I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla at the minute, and I am taking my sweet time exploring and learning the history of the Assassins and the Vikings and everything else as I go along. Because I'm a Viking nerd anyway. So I'm not just doing the story. I'm seeing how much they got right. Obviously, they've done some fact checking, but a lot of it is got to be integrated with a fake story. And Becky's just said there's a place in the site that. Wait, let me go back up. The Oregon Science Center. They have a history of games. Yeah, everything from Pong to the latest systems.
It's like gaming history and museum.
So good.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I've seen pictures of it. It's really cool. I'd like to check it out.
The place I go to is very small. That sounds epic.
And I did have a lot. I've gotten rid of a few, but I do still have some of them. But yeah, let's see who we got. Let's go through these comments. So Swampert for the win at Jose.
Yeah, that's a good Pokemon.
Okay, I don't know. That's a Pokemon? Well, there's like fucking hundreds of them. Shut up. It's not like I should know these. It was like, I told you I wasn't a Pokemon guy.
I didn't fucking say anything.
So it's a Pokemon. Okay, cool. So then Jose knows what's going on because
I'm just a nerd.
He knows what's. Yeah, it's okay.
Well, I grew up in the 90s, so Pokemon, Digimon, Bikemites, and all that stuff.
His brother and I had wore out the Atari. Had to use a screwdriver to reset it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Really. Yeah. It's kind of cool. So Atari and Pac-Man, and I'm assuming he says Donkey Kong, unless it was like a hacked version of Donkey Kong. It was called Dinky Kong because you know how that goes.
That's cool. Hello. Also, hey TK.
TK's in the chat. I didn't see him in the chat. I haven't gotten down. I'm trying to go back down.
Just go here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Sabajo TK's in the chat. Welcome, Sir Sabajo. Sorry, I actually was able to finally yesterday not be doing something in his chat where I actually could watch and participate, which I'm usually.
Becky feels really bad about not taking you to that exposition on the gaming thing.
Yeah, but we were going to do that this year. We're going to do our trip over the Pacific, and we just didn't get a chance.
So good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I like the history of stuff like not just games, like just in general, like the history of tech and gaming and.
What do we? This is. People like the comments are going crazy, and I'm trying to. They're
having a conversation. I'm trying to,
I'm trying to pay attention. I want to be involved with Jose and talk to him, but I'm like, we have a lot of engagement, which is kind of cool. So I think somebody had asked. So yeah, if you have a chance, I picked it up. It's pretty good. It's a really good game. I was actually kind of like, I heard it's been good, and I heard the thing about Cyberpunk. I heard it's really good too. Except for the graphic. If you have a PS5 and a Xbox, a Series X, you're okay.
If you've got a PC, you're fine, or the Stadia.
Or Stadia,
I would say it doesn't rely on the hardware. So I've got the Stadia, so it's not even plugged into anything, so I don't even know if it'll be worth it. But if it doesn't work on the PlayStation, I'll be wasting £70.
So I guess my question is, would you consider getting something like a stream? Like, do you have Stadia, and if not? Would it be Stadia or would it be some other kind of other game? Have you thought about streaming services? What are your opinions about like that as far as like not buying a console or a PC, but actually having a streaming service? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So I think as far as streaming, Stadia got a lot of, flack for in the beginning. It looks like because
deservedly.
Yeah. And because, last gen consoles can't keep up with Cyberpunk, and now there's this alternative, and now they're they're looking good. That's not bad. I for next gen games, I guess I would lean towards a Stadia, especially for the fact that I can't get a next gen console. So in the meantime, that Stadia would be a nice option for me,
And especially probably where you live, you probably get decent bandwidth speeds. I mean, decent speeds as far as you're in a fairly not a rural area. I'm assuming you're probably in an area you can probably get pretty good high speed internet probably where you're at. See, for me, it's a challenge because I don't know if that's the only thing I would have a problem with Stadia is I know it says it can run that way, but I mean, like where my daughter lives, yeah, she gets really good, like 250, 300 meg down. She gets me. I'm lucky if I get 40, and I'm like, I don't really know if I run.
That's not bad. If you look at the recommended speeds for a lot of stuff, it's actually lower than a lot of people might think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People think because these companies are pushing high numbers here, high numbers there, they think they need, I need that speed. I've got to have that speed because otherwise nothing will work. But in actual fact, 25, 30, 40, is perfectly fine to run most things.
Well, especially if you're kind of keep the resolution. I guess you can scale the resolution down. You can play it if you had to 720 just to make it.
People have this false presumption that you need hundreds and hundreds of megawatts per second on Wi-Fi and internet stuff like that. When realistically, only if you're doing certain things, yeah. Well, for most people streaming Netflix and going on the laptop or going online on the occasional game, you don't need more than 100.
Yeah, I got to check it out. I'm just curious. But Jose DT wants to harass you. No, he just wants to talk about. He wants to talk more about Pokemon because apparently he's got a Pokemon thing too. He probably would. Love to chat with you, so hit him up offline. You guys can talk Pokemon, and you guys can, and he can probably give you trouble. He'll find some reason to make funny about something. Who knows? Because that's what he's good at. He's good.
He'll probably start saying Jose fans or something like that. He's got this thing about OnlyFans.
He'll come up.
He does it
he'll
with
come
everyone.
Up with some stuff. Just watch if he mentions anything about peanut butter lube. That's probably a good time to probably stop that conversation.
Oh, don't talk. It's been 2 weeks since we mentioned peanut butter lube, and you just had to bring it back up, didn't you?
I just have to let him know because Jose might walk into a trap, and he's got now if he hears
it. Has not even said peanut butter lube, and you just poof, it's just come out.
He will.
See, now the chat's going to descend into fucking chaos again.
No, that's okay. So, but yeah, and I gave my wife my Beats headphones. Actually, yeah, I think they're Beats. I don't know where I got them from. I don't remember even buying them, but I have a buying problem. That's for sure. Yeah, it's okay. So it's all.
Well,
good.
That's what I said. I said Sam's got a buy.
Yeah, I've got many problems, obviously, but so interesting. So I guess my question is, do they? I haven't even looked. I guess they do have Pokemon games for the Switch. Like, are they continuing? Or do they doing it? I mean, what is going on as far as you? I know you play those games. Have you been? Are you still a fan of just playing the games? Like, are you seeing like what's a Switch would come out? What's on the consoles that would come out? Because I don't know if they've got that PS5 or PS4 right games wise. They seem to be more handheld, portable kind of games, really.
I think for the Switch, and even because of the hardware they put into, I think they made it, for graphics wise, they made it very playable, because it's been a while since Pokemon has evolved as far as the gameplay. Okay. Now with the Switch, with the hardware, it looks more 3D-ish and stuff like that. So that's something I'm glad, and it looks great on the TV. I mean, it's not just something I play. My 7-year-old's into it. She loves Pokemon, so I'm out there watching Pokemon with her.
Okay. Do you play the card? Do they have a card? They have the card game. Do you play the actual card? Okay. Do you actually play that with her, or do you is that still a thing that people? I know they had Magic Gathering for a long time. People play games like that. I wonder, do people still play Pokemon actual card game? I can't imagine they would. Maybe they do.
I don't think so. I think the cards have become more of a collector thing.
Yeah.
Okay. More than because phones, tablets, everything's there is Pokemon card games.
Lately,
the card game is still a thing, but the card games are on the phone, like the card games you play on your phone with other people online. Not like now. You can buy Pokemon cards, but if I bought a pack of Pokemon cards and wanted to play somebody, they wouldn't have a fucking clue because the phone wouldn't tell them what power it is. And so do you know what I mean? Like, so more than now, they collect.
The game gives you the rules to play, right? Yeah. So I guess my question to Jose is: Did you play the card game and that's what started you playing the games, or did you just? I mean, how did you start? Because I know a lot of people they played the card games and then they saw they could play it on their, on their phones their handhelds, and they're like, oh, it kind of started into that. So I'm curious, how did that all start?
It started with just collecting and trading, and then I would play here and there the Pokemon battles, and then I would see tournaments being held at Toys R Us. So I'm like, wow, that's cool, but I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked, so I'm not even gonna try. So I'm gonna stick to collecting and trading, and that was fun for me. Had big binders full of them.
And my wife says
I'm gonna virtually battle you one day because I've got a book from the 90s of all the cards that I collected over time, the shinies, the first editions, all sorts, man.
You probably got some money sitting in that binder, probably.
Oh no, there's thousands and thousands of pounds sat in that book, but I will never part with that. It's at my mum's. It's not even here. It's still at my mum's house in the box that has got my stuff that's collectible.
Oh, okay. And then my wife's asking, do you still play Pokemon Go? Who's that?
So
who's she asking?
He's asking Jose. It's clearly Jose. She ain't asking me.
Wait, you're not playing it. You're walking around your field.
You're just jealous because you don't have a field to walk around, and you do. It's got a barn that's on fire. That's your problem.
The barn is not still on fire. It was on fire once, and
because it burned down. That's why it's not on fire anymore.
Even Chris sent me a picture of a book that he was reading his daughter called "Barn on Fire." He sent me a text message, and I'm like,
"It's so awesome." Yeah. So I guess is that what is Pokemon Go like a regular, just like a Pokemon game, like Blue and Silver and Diamond and all those, or Emerald, or
it's more of a you're trying to, it gets you to be out there. Well, you can't
get you to go
COVID, but the original.
The phone. Yeah, that Pokemon Go. Oh, we don't get shit out here because there was no Pokemon in the middle of nowhere apparently.
What the fuck did you think that?
I wasn't thinking about it. It was the one on the phone. I forgot that it was called Pokemon Go. I knew of it.
Or now it's get up and go in your garden, and they'll give you some extra stuff because you can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
right. Well, I think then they do something where they expand it, like they just had Pokemon.
Dude, I've got no idea.
Can't go do anything.
I had Pokemon Go when it came out, but I don't know what's right now. I want to know if you still play any of the older ones, emulators, on your phone.
So
I suppose you can't because you've got an iPhone, can't I? So...
No, someone back when I was serving found a way to get emulators on the iPhone. And what did I play? I played Pokemon Leaf Green,
Okay.
So it was a remake of the original Pokemon games. So yeah, that was pretty cool because I know you have to do more on iOS than Android, but he found a
way
way.
more.
It was probably jailbroken. I would
I
assume
bet you can't do it now.
Oh, I'm sure you probably can't do it now.
That's the only thing. That's just one of the things that sucks. It's like you can't have nice things. Like, I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm not like hating on them. I'm just saying, like, you can get emulators, you can download your APKs, you can do whatever the fucking hell you want.
Yeah,
It
that's
just
good
sucks
with
that
Android.
Apple don't give you that freedom.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Well, I mean, I guess I guess more people. I guess the people who use Apple products, like either MacBooks or iOS or iPad, they're okay with that. They don't.
Oh, yeah,
really,
sure,
that doesn't seem to obviously be a problem for them because they're okay with the fact that everything just works.
But
and
as
they're not
Apple
really
get closer and closer to letting you customize more and stuff like that, maybe adding Apple certified emulators to the Apple Store and stuff like that. It's like let the people do it. Just let the people do it. Don't be dicks and ban all these people for not paying, and don't let Microsoft put the Xbox Game Pass on your store and ban Epic Games and all this stuff. It's not the way you should be doing it, Apple. Come on.
Yeah, and I always have a combo ROM hacks on my secondary phone. So I guess you could, or worst case, you could just get on your TCL, just find a way to basically, or if you really want to get an older OnePlus and root it, flash, put a custom ROM on it, and just, you can kind of, I mean, the fact that you could probably pick up a OnePlus 6 for probably $120 and just throw some emulators on that and it'll run fine. So, yeah, I'm just curious. I didn't know, like, how. I didn't know people really still play, other than Pokemon Go. I think people still. I didn't know if anybody played the actual, like, the games like the Emerald, Leaf Green. I didn't know people really, and if they had that was still going on. They had versions for the Switch or versions that people could still kind of play. Well, that's kind of cool.
Let's Go Pikachu. Let's Go Eevee. There's
Sword and Shield.
The new Pokemon games, Sword and Shield. They're a bit like they've taken the old games and made them now, but still with the same sort of gameplay and stuff, but more modernized. They've not taken that away and made it into a first person or anything stupid like that. You still get the camera sort of where it was, and it's good to see because the kids, my two especially, they love playing Pokemon on the Switch, and I like that because it's something I grew up with.
Mm-hmm. No, he used to have Pogs. Does anyone remember Pogs?
Yes, I remember Pogs, man. Pogs were cool. And Beyblades, not these shit ones that you get now that are plastic. Beyblades that I had were
was
metal.
The thing that my daughter had?
Metal.
You put
you rip that cord out and you just tear everything
That's
up.
what it was. Skylanders. I remember my daughter used to play the shit out of those. They had a little portal and you put the damn thing on it. Now that was kind of cool. I actually was watching her do that one, and we have it's still somewhere.
You do
in
that on your phone,
box.
They
were on.
You can get the NFC chips on your phone, and it lets it do all.
Okay. Well, maybe, but she's got it's in his
not
house.
As good.
There's literally a box full of those little things, and she would put them on the portal.
We need to do a retro show.
We do too. I thought that was cool with the putting them on the portal right there with the Xbox. That was fucking sweet. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So
didn't Nintendo do that with some Mario stuff as well?
Yeah, Pogs for a bit. Yeah, and Simon's in the show, and I thought I saw it. Yep, and he tried to sneak in. He's a little late, but never missed. Ronald's in the house. So hey, Ron, how you doing, sir? Welcome. So I know he got in there. So I'm curious to see. I'm trying to catch up with these comments. Honestly, we should have Jose more often because I've not seen this level of like comment streams. People are just like talking about all sorts of stuff, and you got a DT going because now he's
because Becky's here. Shield. Becky's got them all talking. She's like, bam, bam,
I know.
Bam, bam.
She's okay. She's gonna.
I love having her in the chat.
She's fun to have in the chat. She's fun to be married to.
And I love it. It's great.
Right. So football stickers. Okay.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, football, the sport you play with your feet. Right? Football.
Are we gonna do this? I thought if we're gonna peanut butter lube, I guess we're going football.
I didn't bring football up. Football, like proper football.
I just read ER's comment.
Not American
and I knew
football. Anyway, yeah, you get books and you collect all the stickers and you get your shinies. It's a bit different, but you can still do that now and you can collect all your stuff.
Panini albums.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's Panini's, the Match of the Day ones. There's all sorts of different ones you can get.
Yeah, I'm just going through
some are Champions League, some are Premier League. You can get all sorts of different types of ones.
Yeah.
But they're not just football. Football. You can get. Sorry.
Look at
Not really.
this guy. Any more dating yourselves? We're gonna need a carbon half-life detector. God almighty. No, soda lemonade spinner. So this is a good time. So yeah, we should do a retro
Definitely.
gaming show. Absolutely. And if Jose's
not
got
just
some stuff he wants to bring
console
to the
gaming,
table,
like old school gaming, so the card games, the new Pokemon collections editions, and all this kind of stuff. I remember Digimon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Digimon.
Yeah.
Pokemon killed Digimon, but still,
Yeah,
like that was a thing. They had
Yeah.
to collect the cards and everything for them. Now they're rare as fuck. They are.
Well,
You can't
apparently
find
did
them
somebody
anywhere.
fucking lose in football land today? Really? What the fuck's this? He's like, it's making me puke with rage. So anytime anybody from the UK mentions anything about being pissed off, it must be because of a football match.
There, we're all fucking pissed off because Sunderland, Chris, not doing very well. Pissed off. Me, Derby County, not doing very well. Pissed off. Joe, not doing very well. Pissed off. Guess what? We're all supporting shit teams this year.
Well, I don't know who's Simon's supporting. I don't know.
I don't know who Simon supports.
We're gonna find out. So Simon in the chat, sir, let me know why apparently your team got Arsenal. Now there you go. I guess I thought they were really good.
Yeah, no.
They were really good, right?
No,
Where
they
Sir
were
Alex
Man
was
United,
running the shit.
Man United.
Oh, that was
Sir
Man
Alex
United.
Ferguson.
Okay.
You're so dumb. Man United.
Hey, at least I knew who the fuck it was. Name one NFL coach. Go.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck you. You know zero. I know one at least.
Premier League's more
yourself.
famous than that, so fuck you, man.
Yeah, except for us. So yeah, it's okay.
Nope.
So Arsenal, I guess they lost today. Badly.
Yes.
Was it like a bullshit loss or what?
Like Chelsea lost today as well.
Who won?
The Everton beat Chelsea, which you don't know who the fuck. You don't know who Everton is.
I know who they are. I
don't
know. I know Everton. I just don't know. Like they weren't one of the teams I pay attention to. That's all.
See,
he knows Bill
Belichick
Belichick.
because you don't know.
He knows Belichick. There you go. See, at least he can name one. Simon's naming one. So there you go. So
yeah, I knew that. I just didn't want to entertain him.
Ultraman. I remember Ultraman, but then these people are. But that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. But yeah, so I guess everybody in football land today is upset because apparently every team that all the people in our chat follow
We all lost. Adam
either lost or suck.
Adam ASBYT supports Chelsea, and he made a video on his other channel because he's got a Chelsea channel as well, and he was not happy about that. He was not happy.
No, Ultraman was not an NFL coach. So, but yeah. It was all good, pretty good. So yeah, apparently,
Ultraman Simon, like Stretch Armstrong.
Google it. I don't want to talk. He mentioned Kyle Shanahan. There, he knows two. Belichick and Kyle Shanahan. There you go. So yeah, so there's
I don't know any. I'm not gonna lie.
What color? Oh, okay, Greg's asked me a question. What color are their shirts? What color shirts are Everton players are wearing? What's their kit?
Well, they were wearing blue. I
think he's wanting me to guess. I don't know.
No, you need to know they wear blue because you're never going to guess blue.
No,
you know what color my team wear because I have the shirt which I've worn on the show before.
It's mostly white, but I think it has like black and yellow in it.
Black and white, yeah. Black
and white. Okay, yeah. Well, and I know Man United. I know them, and I know Arsenal's red. Right.
You would never know who Derby County are.
Is that Fly? The one that says Fly Emirates? Is that? That's
well. There's a few that sponsor.
That's the problem, you guys. I don't know how
we have sponsors.
I know, but I don't know if one team always has one and they change. I know Everton fans.
Hey, if there's any Everton and Liverpool fans in the chat, go.
Blue tops, white shorts. Okay, cool. So that's blue tops and white shorts. Derby wears red on white. He don't even know. So
Derby.
Sorry, look at Jose.
What the fuck?
Forget about Jose. He's
Derby.
our guest in the channel, and we're talking about soccer, football.
Oh, I'm enjoying this.
Okay, I don't know if he's paying attention. I just don't want to make sure you feel. I just want to make sure you feel neglected because you clearly are not.
This is entertaining. I'm like the meme of Michael Jackson eating the popcorn. Red.
Fuck you.
No, they wear black and white.
County. Yeah, our rivals.
Tottenham Hotspur wears blue and white. I know they blue and white. What was the team I was watching the other day? I actually watched the entire match. Was it Leeds?
You watched the Leeds match, yeah.
Yeah, the Leeds match. They were pretty good. They played pretty well. It was enjoyable.
Leeds.
I know. I'm just saying that. I actually watched it
all my rivals now. Fuck Leeds, fuck
from
Leicester,
0
fuck
minutes to
Nottingham.
90 minutes plus, and it was actually pretty enjoyable.
Dirty Leeds, yes, Simon. Dirty Leeds, scummy bastards, yes.
Dirty Leeds done dirt cheap. Is that what?
Mm-hmm. Dirty
No,
bastards.
Okay, so that's good.
We're
So
getting aggressive. Let's get the English are here.
Let's because we're gonna
And
get
Simon.
all the English followers are gonna go off the deep end because they're all
Say
pissed off
British
today.
because Simon's not English.
Okay, British. Okay, I know doesn't somebody live in Northern Ireland in here too?
Mm-hmm. Simon.
Okay, Simon's from Northern Ireland. Okay, cool. So I don't know. It just apparently today is not a good day to discuss football because all the guys from the UK are going to go fucking ape shit because apparently everybody who follows us team is just winning the shitter like they're.
We're all about to lose our shit.
Right. Yeah. So it's Oh, here we go. They're just okay. We've lost the chat. They're gonna go. They're gonna go football now, which is fine. It's okay. I don't care. And anybody can stay.
Everyone's talking football, and the DT is full on gone AC/DC reference. Aussie,
yes,
Aussie,
I did
Aussie.
make an AC. Yeah, I did make an ACDC reference because I said dirty Leeds, and that's what made me think. I don't know if that's where it came from.
Dirty Leeds. No, it's
I don't
because they're disrespectful, scummy bastards.
Vikings lost today. What?
The fuck are the Vikings?
Oh, the Vikings. He's talking about NFL. That's NFL football.
Oh,
He's talking
fuck
about
it.
us. Yeah, so Vikings lost. Bears were kicking ass, by the way. Apparently,
You know,
I
let's
guess
talk
they
about
played.
that.
They need to play the Houston Texans more often. They were kicking fucking ass, by the way. And well, here's the thing. You know, this show cuts into the second half of NFL time. I'm just telling you because I love being with you. I'm willing to sacrifice.
You
Yeah,
are so
second
full
half.
of shit.
I do. I watch NFL. I asked Becky, you know what I was doing before I was watching the Dolphins fucking Chiefs game all the entire before while we were on the
man,
couch.
you don't love us. You're so full of shit.
I do.
You're here because you have to be
I love
here.
Jose more because he's nicer. You're a dick.
Jose's
But
nice.
anyway,
I don't know why
very
he's still here.
Because
I'm
for some
enjoying
reason
it.
he likes us. I have no clue why.
I don't know why. People, and I don't know why people. I don't know why people.
Yeah.
I don't know why
And they're
people.
from Glasgow.
Fuck it.
Yeah, so it's okay. So we're having a good time. So and then of course Fats Andrew's yelling at us. He's back, y'all.
Fats Andrew.
Fats Andrew's back. All caps, by the way. He's back.
I'm back, y'all.
That's right. Kirimui.
Well, the Bears weren't on TV.
How do you say it? Kirimui? Kirimui? I don't know how to. I don't know how to say it. And she's right. The Bears weren't on TV because they're never on TV because we're in St. Louis, so we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, Fats. Sam had a stroke. I did. So.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, I saw that, Mr.
Well, then
Malone,
you say this.
where
Say
he broke
that.
his
How do you say
rotor.
that? How do you
Wait,
say that?
talking to Andrew. Yes, where Michael broke his.
Yeah, he broke his razor. Yep.
Smashed the
Okay.
outside.
I think he'll
But the
live.
inside
He's only
still
got
works.
900 other phones. Right. Yeah, he's good. So how do you say this?
Oh, I don't know how you say that.
Oh, then you're making Kiri. Oh, he's saying. See, I was close. Kiri. Moore. I don't know.
Muir?
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Kiri Muir.
So yeah, here's my wife bringing much needed calm to the conversation. She's asking,
glad Becky's
"Are you
here.
a sports guy? And if you are, what do you watch if you're a sports guy?"
Kiri Muir. Yeah, I got it.
I dabble watching a few of everything, NFL, NBA. Back in the day before the army, I was watching football. I was following. I was following different leagues. Premier League, Spanish, Italy, Germany.
So proper football, not hand
Yeah.
egg.
No, hand.
Okay.
He knows.
But yeah, I wish I had the availability of watching every league like I used to. Now, ever since I joined the army, just traveling, it was hard to keep up, especially with time zones and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Jim let me know that I can watch NFL games or not. And I do know, but the Bears have not exactly been very good this year. And they haven't been good a lot of years. So it's kind of hard to watch. But yeah, I realized I could have watched that. But and look at that. My wife actually helping me keep the stream going.
Genuinely just brought everyone to a halt.
Right. Did
That's
you pick
respect.
up watching anything while you were there? It was like, so I guess, assuming
We
she
should
was like
moderate
anything.
her.
Was there stuff like you watch now, like you didn't watch, like the Army caused you to like either pay attention to something or while you were in your 8 years? Like, what did you start doing?
That was the NFL.
Okay.
I'm not, even though it's just a culture thing. So I guess where I was living, it's still, predominantly, Mexican. So I was, deep in the Mexican culture and everything. So, and I never left that area. I would go, vacation, maybe San Diego or whatever. But once I was, 18, 19, and I joined, it opened, my eyes to the whole everything, open-mindedness to the whole different cultures and stuff that's out there in the world. I didn't know about Southern hospitality until I left for basic training and stopped in Georgia. I'm like, wow, Southern hospitality is not something that I see on TV. It's true. Wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's right. Yeah, and she makes a comment. Yeah, it wasn't for my wife, we'd still be talking about peanut butter lube. Maybe not.
And we're back.
And we're back. So, but yeah, it's interesting to see how, and that's what part of the reason why we have you on. One, we want to get you some subscribers, and if anybody hasn't watched Jose's channel, do yourself a favor, go ahead and throw a sub to him, show some love, go watch his stuff, and if you have ideas and if you have comments, reach out to him. He's got a Twitter, or you can message him on Twitter, and we'll make sure that Jose, we'll get all your links for your Twitter and all that stuff. We'll put it in the show notes so that people have links and they can reach out to you. But if you have feedback that's constructive and you want it, I'm sure, I know us, nobody gives us any feedback because they don't really want to listen to us anyway. And I would listen to the feedback. I really would, honest to God. But if anybody wants to engage, and I guess that's part of the channel, right? Is having people engage.
In the chat, guys, I've dropped the channel in the chat.
Yeah, so they're the chat. And
go subscribe, right, check it out.
Yeah, so check it out. Throw a sub and throw a like.
Our links look like that. That's just stupid, isn't it?
I think it has to do with the way this is set up. So,
I know.
Anyways, I'll put the proper links in the show notes, like I always do with anybody we have on, because Jose is a creator, and although he's got 15, 16 now subscribers, that's okay. We all start, and I think Juan's decided that I'm glad he's here. So Juan and TK are both here. So I'm glad we have our usual complement of people who really.
He's right.
I'm glad. I hope he wasn't listening to any of this prior 1 hour and 10 minutes prior to this. I know he usually does sometimes listen, but he's in the chat, so we're glad.
You missed the non-PB Lube part,
right? And Simon's subscribed, so that's I think that's a subscription. And he calls it subscribe because that's pretty cool. He wrote it down on the sub. It's all good.
We subscribed.
So, yeah, and so we're it doesn't matter if we had who we have on the show. We're just glad that anybody wants to come on and enjoys the chat. And I really want to get to know you.
Hell yeah! And if we can help in any way, we will. That's what we do.
Thank you.
Especially like just starting out, it's hard.
I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm really grateful. This is awesome.
We'll get you what we can, man. We've got another one. Greg subbed.
Thank you.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try to drive some traffic. Usually, most of the time when we have a lot of the larger guests on, they don't really need any of our help for anything, and we just appreciate them coming on.
But if we can help with one or two, one share here, one share there, a video on one subreddit r/growing rectangles, go check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
And then also a share here, a share there. It helps, and this is what we like to, get involved in. We like to help creators just starting out. Ourselves, we're not bloody crazy. We just like to help where we can. So we can get you a couple, share a couple of videos here. We will.
One of the things I enjoy about this is just the interaction with you guys and just
Oh, we're insane, but yeah,
insane, normal, whatever the case. I love interaction, especially when it comes to tech or whatever the case may be, whatever topics, football or football, whatever.
And Ron rounded it out. He's number 20. He's your sub number 20.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I will tell you, between Juan and TK and really in Andrew and watching his show with the Brosefs, that was really watching their content and going, yeah, this is, and then of course this started to happen with everything. I thought, you know what, worst case scenario, I'm just gonna give it a go. What the hell not? And then everybody knows the story if they've been paying attention. Like I did a couple of shows, Matt came on and it just like clicked. And you'd be surprised how you never know what really is going to work for you or what's going to work for a channel until you try it. And the worst case, even if you fail, that's okay. It's not costing you any money. You're not putting out any, it's not like your life's not depending on it as far as your income stream, right? Try anything. Just go crazy with it. I mean, and look at us. I mean, we have no script. Matt and I never discussed the show.
He said never
all.
4 times.
I know. Never discuss any of the content.
All it is
just let
one
it go.
share. You are one share away from somebody seeing it that you just takes off.
Yeah.
Share here, share there. One share. It could be a share from somebody subscribed, somebody following you on Twitter, and the next thing you know, you could be on our Android. And this is why we always say, and Juan always drills in, sharing and retweeting is the best way to help a creator, because that's how you get the word out. And then one you share, then somebody you follows you, shares, and then so on. And it really does help every single time. So if you do get a chance, go and check his channel out and give some of the videos a share.
And I agree with ER, absolutely. Don't forget our sponsor, Extreme Skins.
Shit.
Yeah, we got it all taken care of.
We're not very good. I don't know why they love us so much.
Well, I mean, because we're pretty awesome. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to, I know a lot of people in chat. I think a couple people, Joe, and I think a couple of people have actually taken a look at their stuff. Greg All in the chat. He's literally just got his skins from Extreme Skins for a couple of his phones. They look really good. So if you're looking to get your Extreme Skins, or if you're looking to get any skins on a phone, and go to the website, check. I fucking told you I'd forget. They're upstairs. Shit. Oh, you forget. Okay. So, right. I mean, I said it as well. I said I would forget. Because I was talking to Joe the other day, and Extreme Skins was sending some skins out they wanted me to show on the show. Just chat about. I always forget them. I had the ones I showed a couple of weeks ago were the ones that have been here for about 2-3 weeks. But yeah, we want to make sure that if you're looking to skin a phone, even if you don't use skins generally, I would suggest giving their site a check, because there may be somebody in your family or friends that may want to skin their phone and come up with different color combinations. I will tell you, I've used, between the other competitors, I've used theirs, and I'll tell you right now, first of all, the fact that if you're in the United States, they're in the UK, they will. Their shipping is light and quick. I mean, they'll respond if you have any questions. I bought a Switch skin accidentally. I bought the Switch Lite skin, and I emailed them within 20 minutes. Oh shit! I realized I brought the wrong skin. They responded immediately. Yeah, we'll cancel the order. No problem. No big deal. And it was totally my fault. They respond quickly. Their stuff is quality, and they're way more affordable than any other skins you have. So please do yourself a favor. And their Twitter team are awesome. And they were awesome on there. If you don't buy anything from Extreme Skins, do yourself a favor. Just follow them on Twitter. It's the most enjoyable chat ever. They are funny as hell. Those guys are really good. They're always talking about offers. They're always offering deals and offers and special things. So do yourself a favor. Check them out, extremeskins.co.uk. Give them a check. We had a contest. They actually gave away a PS5. It was awesome. They're a really good company. And please do yourself a favor. Check them out. You'll not be disappointed if you order from them. Take pictures of what you put on their skins, all your skins. Even if you fuck up like I did on my PS4. I messed up everything except the 4. I didn't get the skin on right. And I put on and they called you out on that straight away. They called me out immediately. You suck. I go, yeah, I know. I fuck up the 4. What are you gonna do? They blew me up. They didn't even, and they caught it because I put it on there knowing I put the 4. I messed the 4 up, and I thought, well, maybe they're not going to notice. Oh, I don't think within 20 minutes, we see that you had a problem with the 4. I'm like, God damn it. So all in good fun, though. So give them a check. Check them out. They're a really good company. They're really good. And they've got a new skin coming soon, and it looks awesome. Right. They don't have a name for it yet because they posted a picture of it on Twitter on a PS5, and they were trying to get people to comment names because they couldn't figure out a name for it. They couldn't get the team to agree on a name for it. It's a really nice looking skin. So go and check it out. Yeah. So anyways, and also, so we appreciate, we're at that 1 hour, 20-minute mark. So we probably should wrap this. Andrew, just subscribed.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
So we're going to double your subscriber base here in about 1 hour and 20
And
minutes. So
he
that's
subscribed to us.
Yeah, there
He's
you go.
paid
Oh,
money not to
holy
pay ads.
wow. Well, that is really awesome. Thank you, Andrew, sir. We appreciate the sub.
Thank you very much.
And we're so happy we can come together every Sunday and bring this show to you. We really enjoy it. And also we enjoyed actually finally getting a chance to actually meet Jose and have him on the show. As always.
Even if we probably have scared him off. I mean, we talk shit.
I hope.
And it's a good laugh. And we've hopefully brought a bit of attention to your channel. Like I say, go share, join in.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate for having me and spreading the word out of my channel. But most importantly, being able to finally meet and talk with you guys. That's what made my day.
Well, we're happy. You've got 22 now. You've got 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I don't know if you had a January goal,
Joe
we probably
just subbed to us as well.
Oh, really?
Joe's
wow,
you guys are on fire.
We love you guys as always. That's what we
They were already following us, but we made affiliate and we have never once pushed pay, subscribe, do the $5.99 thing. We have never once pushed that because we don't we offer free content. We're not going to put it. That's not what we do. But we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we want, and also we hope our conversations and our interactions and getting to know us, that doesn't stop at the end of the show. We would hope that we can, we want you on the show again at some other future time whenever you're bandwidth and your busy family time allows. I know that could be a challenge.
I would love that. This has been an awesome experience. I'll gladly be on anytime.
Experience is a word for me and us too.
Yeah, this is definitely an experience for sure. But we can talk about more retro gaming or anything else, or if you have stuff on your show that you want to push as far as content or things you want to try out,
new videos,
let us know and send us a message and contact us. And don't ever feel that this is where it ends. This is actually where the journey begins with hanging out and talking, and that's 100%. What we are. We're a community. And anybody else in the chat, all the people that who take time out, and I want to say this because I know it's going to sound cheesy, so I'm going to preface this. People are actually taking time out of their day, not listening to the show after we post it, right? They're actually taking time out of their day to listen to this, not only listen, but engage and have this incredible chat. My wife likes to do it because she likes to go on there and kind of give me the business sometimes. Because
she just called us special.
Yeah, and in quotes too.
I mean, that's accurate as fuck.
Yeah, but that people are actually taking time, like Simon and Joe and Aditya and everybody, and Ronald and Aditya and TK and Juan, and coming in the chat and really just actually taking time to listen and engage and just have a good time. And that's all we ever want to try to do this whole show. Juan does a great job with news and analysis, and he's always good at unpacking. TK always is great as far as his content and delivery and everything else.
Juan and TK are like the best pairing of people you could ever see on the internet.
And if anybody wasn't paying attention to TK, which you should be, him and Juan are doing some kind of collaborative effort, having a new show, whatever. And somebody somebody made a comment. It was funny because it almost rhymed. But yeah, if you're
across the USA, across the USA with TK and Juan
and TK, because then it rhymes. Across the USA with Juan and TK, it rhymes.
And then I said, when we have them on this show, we can call it Across the Crossover.
Right.
And then we're winning.
Yeah, we win the whole damn thing. Then we're in charge of the whole world.
No, but the only thing is, I mean, I will, because I want to support the guys as much as I can. It'll be around 5 a.m. here when they do their show on a Thursday night, depending on timescales and obviously over the holidays and stuff like that. If that will change, like TK said, that a proper schedule will come later. But I for one, I'll be up 100%.
Yep. Apparently, it's on a Thursday, so check that out if you aren't already following, which obviously you would be, but check it out because
it's Christmas Eve.
Right. So we're gonna see how that goes, but I'm more excited just to have everybody in the chat and engaging and having fun and taking time out of their day, because they don't have to. There's no reason why they can't do anything else with their day, but the fact that they come in and share with us and enjoy the chat. No, we're a little bit better than paint dry. slightly better, not much better.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that every time I end the streams, I always want to make sure that everybody in the chat, even if I don't mention their name, I want to make sure that we show our appreciation, love, and support for them, because without them, it would still happen, but it's more fun to have everybody. And this is our little family. It's our little community.
Mhm.
We love seeing them come in, and even if it's just a light chat, or if we get into some, it's a little bit, like heavier topics, but we don't. But again, like I was telling
Usually ends
Jose,
up in peanut butter loop. Yeah.
well,
Well,
I think we're just gonna have to go with it because it's just so much fun.
you were being too soppy. I had to bring peanut butter lube in. I'm sorry.
Right. But we do appreciate.
But I do totally agree with everything that you say. 100%.
Yeah, and the DT has come up with a new peanut
There's
butter
no
family.
other way about it.
That's okay, because we can actually post this on Twitter and not be okay.
No.
Because
if we ever get together, he's going to call it the lube party.
Oh,
yeah,
so.
Think about it. You need to think Aditya, and then you need to think Aditya in the future. So,
okay. Well, that's probably going to happen. Well, it's a risk I'm willing to take. Because what the hell?
Nice.
Yeah, TK just picked up a PS5 skins from the stream skins. Very
Appreciate
awesome.
the support from that one.
So I guess we're at that time. Joe is there. Joe and Aditya and Simon and Greg and everybody in the chat. There's so many people, and Juan and TK and Andrew. We appreciate you guys coming in there and engaging with the chat.
Becky.
Jose and Becky, my wife. Well, she when I walk out the door,
you didn't even name like the whole of the name. She kept the chat together.
Yeah, she does
from
that.
descending into chaos.
I'm just so used to her kind of keeping me. No, because to me it's like a normal thing. She's just always doing that, kind of keeping me on the rails a little bit. So
she was keeping everyone in check, including me. I was getting beat on.
My wife. Yes, very much my wife. That's right.
Oh hell yeah!
So
never have her any other way.
Jose, is there anything that you would like to share? Any extra things that are happening? I know you had the video about anything you want to share about your channel that's coming up. A video you're going to post soon. Anything you want to share right now?
So I'm gonna be working on the TCL 10L here soon.
Okay. I look forward to that.
Yeah, but bear with me on the timing and everything. I'm kind of have a little window of opportunity to film and everything, but that's coming in soon.
But we understand that, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, and then hopefully once that, and after Christmas, I should do something on the Galaxy Buds Live. I just love them because of the form. You don't got the whole stem. And I have trouble sleeping, so I actually put them in something I could, lay my head on the pillow, and they're not bugging me.
Absolutely.
So
good. We're looking forward to that content. We expect it by next week, so you need to get on that. No, I'm just kidding. But we are expecting and actually looking forward to that because I'm curious.
Joe. No, we are not doing peanut butter lube merch.
No. It's got a life of its own. It is just kind of spiraled out of control, which is okay. We're okay with it.
It doesn't stop. We try and do an outro, and then it just doesn't stop.
Yeah, he's trying to have fun. Well,
we have longer outros than one Carlos Bagnell. I'm just saying.
Right. And also, but I am curious to see like the TCL. I really want to see what your opinions are on that phone because I know there's not a lot of people. I haven't seen really anyone use it in the wild anywhere I've walked out.
The TCL, the 10L, no. The 10L seems to have come out but gone under the radar. So that'll be quite interesting to see. Definitely.
Absolutely. But yeah, I want to look at, and for also with the Galaxy Buds and your opinions about that and just your content in general. I'm subbed. I just want to notify and let us know. But please reach out to us. We'd love to have you on the show again. And we also want to thank you for taking time out and spending with us on a Sunday afternoon. I know you're quite busy with the family, and it's really awesome for you to come on.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to the future, of being on the show again and, just talking and see what happens, what ideas come out during that.
Sure.
Well, that's
we'll
what
talk
it's
about
all about. That whatever ideas, go with it.
Yeah.
And then my wife, we'll just end it with my wife's awesome. It just gets friends that you can exchange stuff with and just have a good time and a good chat with like-minded tech fans. And everything.
The chat was talking about peanut butter lube when she put that comment, so I wouldn't read too much into that.
Oh, it's okay. Well, she's right. Anyway.
I'll bring the peanut butter.
Fair enough. So on that note, that's another episode of Across the Podcast, the best podcast you never heard of. Sam, Matt, Jose, Tech with Tegrity. Please do yourself a favor if you haven't. Check it out. Follow, sub, ding a notification bell. Make comments too if you like his content or if you have ideas. I'm sure he would love to hear what you have to say as far as feedback.
Any feedback is good feedback, even if it's bad.
Yep. It only makes me better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can put that on a T-shirt because that was a comment by me.
Matt Tyler 2020.
But don't be an asshole. If you're going to give if it's going to be constructive criticism, be a respectful human being. Don't be a dick about it. Just be nice.
Be positive, negative feedback in a good way.
Constructive. We call that constructive.
It's not hard to be nice, but call Sam shit. Like, you know what I mean?
And being nice is free. It doesn't cost you anything.
Completely, you internet assholes.
Right. So for myself, for Matt, for Jose, we're going to sign off. Enjoy your tech. Be safe. We're going to sign off again for the third time, for the fifth time. Enjoy your tech. Be safe. We'll see you next week with another Across the Podcast, the best podcast you never heard of. Be good. Bye, everybody.